You ready to get this wrapped up again today?
Please. 2 days rest would be highly enjoyable.
Yeah. Got 145 acres to go. Hopefully everything holds together and we can get it done.
Finish line is right there.
Let's go ahead and cross it.
Hopefully for the final time, we're trucking out to the field. We've got 140 acres left to button up on double crop beans. 40 foot at a time with this GTS bean header they've got us demoing the past few days. So let's see if we can get down the road and button up harvest 2020. But first, as always, a little driving music.
Well, we made it around in the field and we now have a problem. Felt a vibration, thought it was coming from the feeder because the vibration would go away whenever I shut the header off. But I looked over the drive line real good in the feeder and everything looks good. Then got to looking around here at the back of the combine and saw the chopper pulley doing some movements that it shouldn't be doing. You see right there, it's supposed to be a bolt there, it's supposed to be a bolt there, there's supposed to be another bolt right there. We got 3 bolts missing. Don't know exactly how that happened. Don't know if it was due to the accident, wear and tear, if they just vibrated loose, they broke, or what. In the meantime, because those bolts came out, we got cracks there. We got cracks right there. And then we've also got cracks on the other side here. Also got a crack right along top there on the chopper frame. So anyway, Zach is going to get some more bolts. It's getting kind of a bad spot to weld. I won't be able to fix it properly out here in the field, but I hope I can weld up enough of the crack just to get me by for another 10 hours or so, because that's really about all we need to get finished up. And then this winter we'll get the thing in the machine shop, strip it down and get it welded up properly to where it's fixed permanently. So keep our fingers crossed that we can get by with that and don't cause any further damage. Rev it up. Like everything's running smooth. Live with Zach said. Is it smoother? Shut it off. Well, it's a pretty well job, if I do say so myself, especially considering the tight quarters I was in.
Well, you know, we've reached way deep down in the bullpen when the truck drivers running the combine. With the morning we've had this morning and all the hiccups, Matt's finally eating some lunch, and I ate my lunch about an hour ago. So I've come to swap out with Matt for a little while so that he can eat a little bit and we don't have to stop the combine from running.
Well, we're finally back up and going again. This is not the day that I envisioned. Last day of harvest was supposed to be a little bit easier, but not to be today. It's about 1:30. We've gotten a total of 10 acres done so far today. We lost about 2.5 hours on that fix on the chopper. I really don't know how it happened. Well, I know how the cracks happened. What happened, had 3 bolts come out on one side of the mounting bracket, and so it was just letting that mount just kind of vibrate back and forth. And anytime you got that kind of vibration on metal, it's going to cause metal fatigue. I don't have any idea why those bolts broke. I don't know if it was related to the wreck or just wear and tear or just something random. We always have plenty of random stuff happening around here. And I did, with all, as wet as the soybeans were last night, all the thumping that the rotor was doing, you know, I didn't hear that extra noise or feel that extra vibration. Thank goodness I didn't push it any longer than what I had last night, because I believe if I'd gone much longer with the way it was, we would have had some massive carnage back there that would have put this thing down for the count for good this year. As it is, I hope replacing those bolts and then welding those cracks back up, I'm hoping that gets me by. I think I did this winter. I definitely want to do something a little bit different, a little bit more permanent on that. But we're going to have to clear some stuff out of the way in order to get a little bit better fix on it. Anyway, we're back up and going. Got about another 130, 135 acres to do to get done. We have to get it done today. The forecast is not looking good at all. They raised the rain chances to 60% tomorrow. We say at least 1/4 of an inch rain. rain coming in Sunday. I got another 60% chance of rain coming in Tuesday. And then again Friday. Of course, we got Thanksgiving on Thursday. So if we don't get done today, it's not going to be easy to finish the rest of it up. So I don't know if we'll be pulling an all-nighter or what, but we're gonna try and keep this thing running as long as we possibly can until either something breaks or we get done. Well, unfortunately, in the process of fixing the combine, I ripped my pants even worse than what they were. Guess I'm gonna have to retire. I hate replacing pants. Hard to find any that fit, and they're all outrageously expensive nowadays. Well, we're rolling along pretty good now. I just got out and checked a few minutes ago the chopper and everything to make sure everything was holding up, and it all looked good. The welds hadn't been cracked. The bolts we put in were still there. Didn't see any kind of vibration or movement from the frame. So everything looks good. Seat of my pants, I don't know, I feel really hard to describe. It's not really a vibration or a noise. It's more of a harmonics type thing, which, you know, you run a machine long enough, you kind of get to know, by heart the sounds and the feel of it just by sitting in it. You get kind of in tune with the machine, and something just sounds a little off. Like it may be my imagination. A lot of times when you have something bad happen and you're just not quite 100% sure that you got everything found and fixed on it, your mind kind of plays tricks on you, and you really start hearing things or feeling things that really aren't there. I know it's happened with me many times before, especially when you get tired, and Lord knows we're all tired. I mean, I've really looked over everything, and I mean, everything looks good and tight on it, no problems whatsoever. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of a seat of the pants feel. Just something just doesn't feel quite right. But really, though, all it has to do is make it about another 120 acres. So keeping my fingers crossed. I definitely have plans to get this thing back into the dealership this winter to have another full inspection on it done. You know, after we run 500 acres through it, see if they can spot any kind of stuff going out, or any kind of stress cracks or fractures in the frame or anything from the accidents. So I've looked it over, and I haven't seen anything myself, but I'd like to have a professional eye look it over. And of course, we got to get into the welding shop, and where I welded it up this morning, we'll have all those welds, all those cracks properly digged out and professionally welded, because I know they can do a better job in their shop with a MIG welder than I can in the field with all the dust, dirt, and wind and using a stick welder. Well, there was one good benefit of the dew falling last night and getting things too wet to cut. Our moisture has picked back up on our soybeans. We were cutting about 8.5% beans yesterday, and overnight the moisture jumped up to about 11%. So we actually increased yield and didn't have to do anything. A 3% increase in moisture it's basically adding weight to the soybeans that are already there. So technically we'll be pulling more bushels off the field than we were before. But there's always a silver lining to every cloud. Well, the rain clouds are approaching us. I think the rain chances go up to about 30% after midnight tonight, and then up to 60% tomorrow morning. Excuse me. Darn this soybean dust. You want to know one reason why I like this combine so much? It's got this awesome handy ledge right over here behind my seat. Perfect for storing my drone. When I'm in the cotton picker or tractor or whatever, my drone, if I'm carrying it, usually has to ride in the buddy seat beside me. You know, I think this is the only series combine that actually has that storage ledge. The newer Case H combines have done away with it, which I don't like. I love having that little storage shelf back there. Right now I'm making notes in my notepad about winter projects, stuff we need to do to our equipment to get it back in real good repair. Because as soon as harvest is over with, memories fade fast. You pull something into the shop during the winter, you want to make sure you get everything fixed on it that you know needs to be fixed, and you don't miss anything. Unless you keep notes, you're liable to miss stuff on your equipment. Uh-oh, this just popped up. That's not good. Battery voltage 11.9%. That might mean I got an alternator going out. Crap. I'll go back here to the alternator check and make sure we got a belt on there. Hey, bring the multimeter back with you. I think I got an alternator going out.
Okay.
All right, thanks. It just might not be meant to be today. Saturday after 12. Getting parts is going to be hard. I don't know. I'll know for sure whenever Zach gets back with the multimeter. I got one in the service truck, but I think the batteries are down in it. We'll check and make sure the battery voltage is actually accurate right here. Well, if my alternator is in fact bad and we can't get a replacement somehow today, that's definitely going to eliminate any possibility of us getting done, because everything on this combine is operated electronically. It requires a very specific input voltage from the alternator and battery, and if that drops below what it needs to be, all your electronics start going wonky on you. Also, it's going to be dark here in about an hour 45 minutes, and lights definitely suck a lot of juice from the battery. It can drain the batteries quickly. It's not looking good right now, guys. Not looking good at all. This might be a situation where there is no solution to us getting done today. It's a little premature to be saying that. We might be a little down right now, but we're not out yet. Alright, all hope is not lost yet. Made some phone calls. The dealership does not have an alternator in stock. Big surprise there. But one of my neighbor farmer friends does have a spare alternator. It's an alternator off of a Magnum 310 tractor, but they say it's the same one that's on my combine. So they're going to let me borrow it for the duration. So Kelly's on her way to go get it now.
Hey Matt, I'm back. You want me to put this stuff in the service truck and come to you?
No, I'm just about done back over here. I'm gonna head up that way. Nobody's got an alternator in stock, but Jason Mortat has a spare one at his shop. He's gonna let us borrow. Anyway, let's keep our fingers crossed that alternator is in fact the same. I mean, these manufacturers change up so much stuff, it's almost impossible to tell. And because the Case IH My Shed app is now obsolete, I've got no way of looking up part numbers or anything online to see if in fact it is the same part number. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully Kelly will be back soon with that alternator, and we'll swap it out real quick. Well, we're still trying to find an alternator that will work, so we charged up the battery. Maybe get us by a little while longer until we can track down an alternator. Alright, we got confirmation that the alternator off that rental combine that's still sitting at our shop is the same one on this combine. So Zach is pulling it off right now. I put a charge on the battery, should give me a few more rounds, and as soon as he lets me know he's got the alternator off, head back this way. I'm gonna park this and start pulling this alternator off. that didn't work too well. I didn't last for about 3 rounds. Well, we finally found the problem. I think the rain's supposed to move in somewhere around 6 o'clock. I don't think we could have cut it any closer. That's 2:30 a.m. The hits just keep on coming. We're almost there.
Don't say it. I swear to God, I'll punch you in the face.